What up, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
Where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
This show is ultimately about self-understanding. We're here to help educate, impact, and, just have some motherfucking fun. So, let's fucking do this. Let's get into some cool-ass shit. Today, this is Season 2, Episode 6, and we're coming a little bit unrehearsed today. And a couple of reasons being, life is a fucking tornado for me right now. If you guys have been following the last couple episodes, it kind of paints a picture of what I'm going through. So, I'm trying to think where I last kind of left you guys updated with what's been going on. Well, I've been practicing gratitude a lot. It's like you really cannot be upset or mad when you are grateful. Like, you can't be mad and grateful at the same time. It doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like, you can feel that feeling, but ultimately, if you really step into gratitude, it kind of just melts away the fucking, the anger, frustration, or whatever there is, confusion. And it's interesting because we are coming up on 1 year that the show has been alive and created. I did a soft launch, I guess you can call it. I guess it was the 19th of January last year for like friends and family. And I was still waiting for the episode to get uploaded onto all the different, the show to get uploaded and approved on all the different platforms. Apple, Spotify, Deezer, all of it, right? It takes a little while. I didn't realize upon starting a podcast that even though it's like, yeah, the internet makes shit like pretty automatic and quick and instantaneous, there's still a wait time to get the show uploaded, So I was just looking back and I got a reminder on my Facebook and I was like, holy shit, like I can't believe it's been like a year. The 25th will be the 25th of this month, January, will be our official 1 year anniversary that the show has been here. And interestingly enough, I've got to go to court on the 25th. So you guys will hear the whole thing after that. This whole thing with my ex, my kids, this whole fucking thing. I'm terrified. My nerves are fucking racked. Like, my blood pressure's been high, and I only know that because I went to the doctor the other day. And I've been exercising twice a week, drinking a gallon of water, reading all this stuff, and it was just like, I've been stressing, man. At the same time, I've been having to live what this show is about. Like, we say this is a show about having the conversations that need to be had, and boy, oh boy, let me tell you, the conversations I had yesterday, the day before, the depth, the seriousness, the uncomfortableness, ultimately the love and understanding exchanged, and just the real rawness that have existed in my conversations. It's been about anything from fucking, going to take some parenting classes and the depth that all entails, talking about court, talking about how to be prepared, talking to friends about money, talking to friends about health and laziness and productivity. And it's a lot, man. It's a lot. And I've been dreaming so crazy lately that I don't feel like I'm resting in my sleep because I'm fucking teleporting to all these different places. And I shared this on my Instagram. I guess I'll share it with you guys here just for the sake of documentation. So the night before last, I had this dream of where I teleported to this, it almost felt like a Thai or Philippine island, the vibe of the whole place, I don't really know. But I teleported to this Asian gypsy island. It was just fucking, what do you call that? The movie Hook, or what's that? Tom Sawyer or whatever, where they got to build a tree house and all that stuff, It was kind of like that. It was all this stuff, the whole place was built out of wood and logs and all this stuff. And it was up in these green ass mountains where there's water all around. And it's just all these villas and people. And it was just a fucking trip. I don't even know how to explain it. But I was there. It was just weird. I was just walking around observing stuff and talking to people, and like it almost felt like medieval times, but on an Asian island. I don't even know how to explain it, dude. It was a trip and a half, but that was its own fucking thing. And then last night I had dreams that I'm skateboarding through Mira Mesa.
I know Mira Mesa.
Mecca Town. And all of a sudden, like, I'm skating and I see Bizzy Bone standing on the corner, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was, what is it, New Salem and Weston Hill? Like, on the corner there on the, like, I guess on the south side of it, of the street, technically. But he's standing on the corner and just like waiting for something. I don't know. I passed by all these rappers and then all of a sudden, and like famous people, and all of a sudden I see him at the end, and he was being the most humble. Like, he wasn't trying to look cool. He wasn't trying to do this or that. He was just like, yo, man, like, I don't play it up for the media. I just do me. And if you follow his Instagram, you know that's real about him. Like, he just really does him. He's not trying to be industry or this or that. Like, he just does him thoroughly. So he's like, hey, he's like, you're the guy with the good weed. And I was like, what? And like, I happen to like kind of pull up next to him at the same time he says that. And he just starts unzipping my backpack I'm wearing. And he pulls it out and sniffs it. He's like, and there's a big bag of weed in my backpack. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, bro, how, for one, how did that get there? Two, how'd you know it was there? And then like, three, I don't sell weed. So like, what the fuck? Like, it was weird, dude. But he's like, oh yeah, this is good. So I was like, bro, like, I'm not even smoking. I don't smoke. Like, you could just have it, bro. He's like, word up. And his voice, you know, if you know him, his voice is super high pitched and he's all enthusiastic. So that was cool. And we were just standing there chopping it up for a while, talking about life. And then this old woman this old white lady on a bike pulls up, and she's like, oh, hey, it's you, Bizzy Bone. And he was like, oh, hey, I guess they knew each other. And I was just like, yo, this is weird. Like, the absolute two opposite types of people that could ever come together were like they're kicking it and knew each other all well and stuff. And like, I was like, yo, okay, like, this is weird. So then I continue on my mission of my skateboarding. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going down Weston Hill, where it's like it goes down and up. And I was probably headed towards my parents' house or whatever. But you know that thing in dreams where it's like if you get in a fight or you are running from somebody or something's trying to attack you, or you're trying to defend yourself, and it's in slow motion. It's just like, or it's like completely weak. You're punching as hard as you can, and it's just as soft as fucking a down pillow, you know, like it was a trip. So all of a sudden, as I'm skateboarding, for whatever reason, I needed to hurry. I think in my dream I was late for work or something. So I'm like trying to skate as fast as I can, and as hard as I'm pushing, the board is just barely creeping along, like barely. I'm like just so frustrated. I'm trying so hard, and I'm like, and then I kind of had this flashback of these, like, I've seen some crazy shit go down on Weston Hill in my life. Like, for reals. Like, I'm like, no lie, when I was in junior high, I saw a guy get curb stomped. For reals. It was, dude, just blood going all down the hill. It was the gnarliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And, you know that, yeah, that probably was one of the gnarliest things I've ever seen in my life. But I remember I crossed the street and I got nothing to do with this. Like, I was just a kid and these guys were all older than me, and like, yeah. So it was kind of like that same feeling was kicking in as I'm trying to skateboard. And then like, there was another time on Weston Hill where, so when I was growing up, there was this whole fucking like, not even group of people, but there was a lot of different people from different walks of life who thought I was some guy named Travis. And apparently whoever the fuck this Travis guy is, like, did a lot of people dirty. And for whatever reason, like, people kept mistaking me for him. People were like, hey, Travis, fuck you, motherfucker, what's up, what's cracking? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm looking around like, cause I'm not Travis. So I'm like looking around like, what the fuck? Like, yo, like, you're talking to me? Like, what the fuck? So because of whoever and whatever the fuck this Travis guy did, this is real. There was people trying to fight me all the time. And it was like older people than me. And that's what was super scary. It was like the old, like, and it was gangsters from different gangs who were like hitting me up. And then it was people who were what the fuck is going on, dude? So that kept happening. So there was one time, me and my homies were walking home from Carl's Jr., and I remember my friend, he accidentally threw his retainer in the trash can after we were eating. So we went back to the trash can at Carl's Jr., and he had to fucking dig that shit out, and it took forever. So, like, we went to eat at like 4 o'clock or something, and it was a full trash can. So we fucking dug through the whole thing, right? So by the time we're walking home, it's like 6:30 or something. It's dark. So as we're going down the middle of Weston Hill, these fucking dudes pull up and they're like, it's Travis, get his ass. So fucking, there's a car, there's like 4 or 5 people in it. These dudes jump out and they start fucking chasing me, and they got knives, and I don't remember if they had other stuff, but I remember seeing a knife, and I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, dude, these guys, I was in junior high, and these guys are like driving already, so they're at least high school or older. And they're fucking trying to chase me with a knife. And I'm like, dude, I'm completely getting I'm not going to die over what the fuck this Travis guy did. Trust me, I'll stand and fight my fight. But there's certain things you just got to be fucking smarter than your pride. And I was like, yo. So all of a sudden, like, me and my friends kind of dispersed. So it's like, we're not just one sitting target. We all knew we were going to fucking, get destroyed. So it's like, this isn't even worth it. We didn't do anything. There's no real beef here. So we're running around, the car's chasing us. There's 3 guys chasing us, 2 guys still in the car. They're driving, and these other people chasing us. And then all of a sudden, they're like, Travis, I know that's you, motherfucker. I was like, homie, I'm not fucking Travis, bro. Like, the fuck? And it was just, I don't know. I remember that. So the guy in the car pulled up to me again. Like, they were literally like doing donuts and U-turns in the middle of like, what's that middle street? I don't know if it's Dewsbury or one of the other ones, but they're like busting a bitch, driving in circles, chasing me as I'm like running across the street, running across the street, running across the street, running across the street. Like imagine getting chased by a car and you're running so like the car can't aim towards you, So that's happening. And that's fucking terrifying, right? So, and they were only after me, but finally one dude in the car's like, hey, that's not him, dude. That's not him. And they're like, oh shit. And they're like, my bad. And they all jump in the car and just fucking peel out and take off. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's just some like green basic 4-door car, I don't know, some old Mitsubishi or something. And so that feeling happened. So back to the dream. I didn't even intend to tell this whole story. But back to the dream, it's like that same fear that I had of these people trying to get me and seeing those people stomp that guy and all this stuff. I was just like, holy shit. So I couldn't push my skateboard hard enough and fast enough. And then that motherfucker was just not going anywhere. So that was quite interesting. And so this dream, I'm like, fuck, dude. I say all of that because in my sleep, I haven't been getting rest. And during my day, I'm not really getting rest. At the same time, I'm taking the time to meditate, be grateful, slow down, sit in the sauna, do things that are going to help me out, breathe, read, try and eat good, all this sort of stuff. So what I'm realizing is like, dude, this is a trip. Like practicing gratitude keeps bringing me back because I'm going through it, dude. So like, just to put everything into perspective, like I wanted to title this episode, I'm alive for my own funeral. And we'll see where the rest of the show goes, but I'm not sure if that's what I want to keep the title of this because I feel like there's a couple more things that need to happen before for me to really paint that picture, So one thing that I'm realizing though is I've been experiencing what it's like to have people step up and people show love and support and trust in ways that I couldn't imagine, So I'm like, dude, I consider what does it take to build and have and earn trust? Like, really, like that's what I've really been experiencing. I think that's what all of this leads to and points at is having trust and how to cultivate it and where it comes from. And it's like the things that we do when we become people, when we become the type of people that do the right things when nobody's looking and behind closed doors, when we become those people, like we become more trustworthy because you can observe people do the right thing. You can hear it in certain words they use. And that is something that builds and establishes trust. It's like this certain way of handling yourself, not necessarily something that you say or even do. You know, it's like a big part of how you handle yourself. So, I mean, obviously what you say and do is a part of it. And it just goes so deep. You know, I've just been thinking about trust because I have a lot of people that I reached out to help me out, to write me character statements for court and all this type of stuff. And that's why I feel like I'm alive for my own funerals, because it's like I'm hearing people say good things about me that are beyond what I'm even capable of receiving for myself, you know? So I think that it's a trip to be practicing gratitude, to be experiencing trust, to be experiencing all the love in the world, and be in the absolute shittiest life scenario possible, which is I'm going through shit with my kids. I've got, stuff with my ex. I've got, I'm trying to say, I don't want to make her or anybody look bad, but it's like I've got stuff being said about me that's absolutely not true. Like I'm being accused of some really fucked up shit that's absolutely not true. It's like I said, I don't know how much I can talk about this yet. You know, I got to go to court before I really figure all this out. But to see the trust and the people that step up for me is mind blowing. The people that reach out, the people that really take and took action and are taking action on my behalf because of our relationship and what they see in me and what we've done for each other and how we've been there for each other. And it's so beautiful to me. I'm so grateful, dude. Like I really, really am. And I'm not somebody who's out here to be like fake positive and all of this stuff. It's like, no, like I really am grateful, and gratitude is carrying me through this shit. Like my homie asked me yesterday, he's like, yeah, I see you practicing gratitude and stuff. That's cool, man. But like, how are you really? And I was like, bro, this is really how I am, man. And he's telling me like, dude, like, you know, I don't want you to like be all happy and positive and all of a sudden one day you just snap and it flips the other way. I'm like, dude, no, I so appreciate that, man. Like it takes a grown man to say some shit like that to your homie, you know? So I so appreciate that, man. And I'm like, that's not me though. Like I take the time to feel it all. I take the time to be real with myself about my situation. I take the time to cry. I take the time to feel the pain. I take the time to go through the emotions and feel them all. And anything you see that's of gratitude and appreciation that I'm doing and I'm putting out is fucking real, man. Like that's why I'm sharing it. Like you're not going to catch me or find me being different than I am on my podcast or my social media. You know what I mean? It's like, obviously there's different settings where certain things are appropriate or whatever, but like in general, if you talk to me, you get the real me, whether we're here, there, or anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out to look good. I just want real shit out in the world. And I want positivity cultivated through the negative shit, because we all have to go through negative shit and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like the more we go through, the bigger our blessings. You know, the more pain you go through, the more suffering we go through, the more shit we endure, the bigger our blessings are if we take the time to heal it, to feel it, heal it, and then show gratitude for the situation and keep moving forwards, you know? So that's why I'm practicing 3 things I'm grateful for every morning, every night. And then I write down 10 things at least in my journal, in my grateful journal. And then I share them on Instagram and I just read them out, you know? And it's been pretty fucking life-changing, because without that, I'd be suffering, dude. Like real shit. Without gratitude, I would 100% be suffering. maybe considering suicide. I don't know. But I know that it's so important to feel through all the things we need to feel, And I realized that was a very long way to say. That's kind of why there's not so much structure to this show. But I feel like I'm getting good because I haven't been rested and I've been all over the fucking place. So it's kind of a representation of where my brain's at. It's like my brain is in 100 million different places right now. It doesn't even matter what I want to do or don't want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a trip. So, and it was really cool. I had a conversation with, I guess one of my friends from the gym in the sauna who I see. Shout out to you, Tristan, if you hear this. Our talk yesterday was really cool, man. That opened up a lot for me. I realized it was kind of a one-sided conversation. It was a lot about me, and I don't like when that happens. But at the same time, I accept when that happens, because I like to be more interested than interesting. That's usually my goal. And he said something along the lines of like, dude, he's like, I was just thinking about you the other day. Like, he's like, dude, you got kids, you got a business, you got this podcast, you're doing 75 Hard, you're doing all these things. You're reading, you're doing this. It's like, how are you finding time? And I was like, whoa, like, thanks, man. It's like, I was just like, whoa, fuck. I never considered or saw myself or what I'm doing in that context. And I was like, holy shit, I am doing a lot, And I don't know, that just really hit me. So thank you for that if you hear this episode. And thank you for tuning into the show just in general, man. I definitely appreciate your support and energy. It's really cool. You're a good dude. Like it's very, very evident. So what I'm realizing with 75 Hard is that it's really just opened up a whole new understanding for me that I really have so much more time to do stuff than I think I do. Because trust me, I'm still wasting a lot of time or just escaping or just enjoying, scrolling through the internet, being on fucking Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or whatever. And I'm like shocked at how much time and how the world expands to fit exactly what we set out to do. You know what I mean? Like, had you asked me if I could do 2 45-minute workouts and read and take a picture of myself and drink a gallon of water and stick to a diet with no cheat meals, it's like, I didn't think it was possible, It's kind of why I was so scared to start 75 Hard, because I was like, dude, I don't, like, how the fuck, where's the time come from? I'm already maxed out. I'm like, no, half the time I'm just being lazy or believing my excuses or not even realizing that I'm living in my excuses. So I'm like, dude, 75 Hard is just fucking completely opened up what it means to regulate and manage time. And I'm still struggling with it because I'm still not up as early as I want to be. And like some of the workouts I'm not doing with the intensity that I want to be. And I understand that I have been waking up earlier, even if it's only a couple minutes every time. And or like just small progress, man. And I'm like, okay, I have to acknowledge that. I used to sleep until like 1 or 2 p.m., even 4 p.m. at times when I was really fucking being a loser. And, now I'm up by like 7-ish. I'm trying to be up by like 6 something. These last few days I've been struggling, man. And, it's interesting because also, I'll share this real quick. I also had a dream on top of that Bizzy Bone one last night that I was with Ed Mylett and we were carrying blankets and water back and forth to this Persian cafe to this Mexican like restaurant place. And it kind of felt like La Mesa, Lemon Grove sort of neighborhood. And it was just random as fuck. I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like, that was cool though. Like Ed Mylett's a pretty fucking powerful and dope ass dude. So it's pretty sick. Somebody slapping outside. That's Cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna jump right back into this and get into some cool, exciting shit. After these messages, we'll be right back. There's no messages. We'll just be right back.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? We bike.
Damn, dude.
Welcome back. So, man, it really fucking... Oh, I will say this about 75 Hard. I'm on day... You're not supposed to do that on microphones. And I did it anyway. Dude, so starting to stop saying or like was the hardest fucking thing for me when starting this podcast. If you listen to earlier episodes, I'm like, like. So I'm on like day 72 of 75 Hard. I'm almost there. It's a mental toughness challenge. Hashtag 75 Hard. Go look it up. Go listen to the Andy Frisella podcast, episode 14, on Real AF with Andy Frisella. If you are curious about it, I am also on day 110 of 75 Hard. Because for those of you following or listening or paying attention, I accidentally bit a corner of a wonton chip out of a salad that it was like this big chip. I wasn't supposed to eat it because it was fried and my deal was no fried foods. So that happened on day 38, at the end of day 38. And it was just eating me alive. I'm like, all right, I got to restart, dude. So I didn't take any opportunity to cheat, eat fucking ice cream like I wanted to. I didn't do none of that. I just fucking put my head right back down and got back in the game. So for me, I turned it into 112 Hard. And that just was very typical of me to make shit harder for myself, you know? And I recognize that in myself. And sometimes because I have such a level of stubborn inside of me, I have such a certain, I don't know, like fight inside of me where it's like if I know it's right, I'm not going to give it up, you know, or I'm going to keep going. I know it's good for me. I know I have to, you know? So that happened and I'm like, all right, it's all good. Let's just fucking keep going. You know, I think it's exactly what I needed. So it's been frustrating not being able to lift weights or like go as hard as I want because my back is all crazy injured. I found out I've got multiple herniations and I guess tears and slip discs in my back. So, and one of them is herniated to where it's protruding into my like sciatic nerve and spinal cord. And the herniation's like 4 to 5 millimeters wide. Like that's crazy big. So they're talking about having to do an epidural and all this. I'm like, isn't that what pregnant women get? And they're like, yeah, same thing, blah, blah, blah. But the thing that scared me, is the dude was like, you know, it'll help. It'll reduce it. Basically, they put a steroid in and it shrinks the herniation. And it was like, you know, the only thing is it does weaken it a little bit. So that kind of scared me because I'm like, well, or like not scared me, but raise the red flag because I'm like, I'm not going to stop doing stuff, you know? And if I hurt myself, is it just going to go back bigger, you know? He's like, well, if that happens, then we just do another one. And I'm like thinking I don't want to just keep getting weaker and weaker and weaker if I keep doing this, you know? I don't plan to get injured again, but, you know, shit happens. So then I'm sitting here thinking like, or should I just tough it out and then wait to see about stem cells or like some shit like that, you know? Because there's a whole bunch of breaking shit coming out as far as medical treatments and all this stuff that's developing. There's a lot of stuff. I learned that basically when a new treatment comes out, it's got to go through 3 stages. And there's a lot of these that are currently going through the 3rd stage. So that's the final like approval of, I guess, the FDA or something. I don't know, but yeah. So if and when, usually, you know, if it makes it past the first 2, typically it'll get past the 3rd one a lot of times. So we'll see where that goes, you know. So that was kind of scary, but it's all good, you know. Man, I've just been really tripping about the people in my life, man. Like, I feel like I have such an obligation to accomplish some big shit for the sake of, obviously for my kids first. Well, sorry, for me first, my kids second, because if I don't take care of me, then my kids can't be taken care of by me. So I've got to take care of that. And then, oh man, then I need to put all my people on in whatever way I can. It's not that I need to or anybody expects anything from me, but I just feel there's some sort of moral obligation that I have to everybody who believes in me and supports me to just fucking keep going and keep believing in myself. And whether I have no fucking money, whether I have bare minimal stuff, I appreciate it. It's cool. Let's keep going. I do this podcast for free. I give this to you guys for free. No ads, no commercials, nothing. I only ask that you guys share it, like it, review it, anything like that. And only so we can help more people. If we can have more people practicing gratitude, if we can have more people thinking about things that need to be thought about, if we can have more dudes specifically tap into their emotions and tap into their vulnerability and really get real about how shit feels and stuff, then the world will change and get better and life will get better. Life will improve. David Meltzer taught me how to be appreciative and how to be grateful and practice gratitude to start. And his mission is to empower 1 billion people, to be grateful and to be happy and feel good. And that speaks to me. I love that. So I want to help fulfill his mission because that's part of my mission, which is part of hopefully the next person's mission. If we can keep empowering each other to be grateful and honest and real and open about how we feel, life changes, perspectives change, shit shifts. We don't become stagnant. We keep growing and moving and accelerating and expanding. And, that equals more love being spread about. That equals our kids having a better future and life in the generations to come, because there's a lot of people going to be lost in technology, which already is. But talking metaverse and all this stuff, we're going to lose. I hate to say lose people, but like, it is a thing when people get lost in technology. I'm guilty of it, and obviously it occurs on all different levels and different planes. So this is why I think that it's so important for us to practice and participate and observe really what it means to have mindfulness and gratitude and practice it, and appreciate life. It's beautiful, man. A lot of us are so unhappy with the things we do, the people around us, the circumstances we have. Like, I don't like the circumstances I have. This is the worst circumstances I've experienced as an adult. I am so stressed from this. And I am so grateful because of the people that step up to help me and show me love and support me, And it's through having the conversations that need to be had that this is accomplished and achievable. The more we get used to having uncomfortable conversations, the more we get used to speaking our minds and being real, sharing love, telling each other we love each other, telling each other we appreciate each other, telling each other we're proud of each other, Like a lot of times we feel that, or we think that, excuse me, we think that, and we just don't say it, or it seems like it's gonna be weird. Like, I don't care anymore, dude. Like, I tell hell of people I love them, dude. We get off the phone and I could tell it makes people weird. And I'm just like, whatever, dude. Like, feel weird, that's fine. At the same time, know that you're loved while you feel weird about it. Because I do. I got love for my friends, man. I got love for my family. I got love for my people. I got love for the people I associate with. And I got love for life. And I want that to be known. Life is too short, man. Like, we shouldn't have to die before we express and feel the power and beauty of the people around us. We shouldn't have to die to hear the great things about yourself. We shouldn't have to be dead to hear, for people to come up and like be real with you all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, yes, like for me, my dream funeral is for everybody to come up and share stories, whether it's good or bad or embarrassing or whatever. I want everybody, that's all I want my funeral to be. You know, maybe a moment where you smoke some blunts, maybe do some mushrooms, like, I don't know, drink some fucking alkaline water. Like, outside of that, you know, eat some good food. Outside of that, all I want my funeral to be, really, you know, like, you guys do whatever you think would honor me in that way. But what I want for my funeral is for everybody to share at least something. And I don't care if you're too afraid to get up and talk. Get up and share and say something, man. And this is not about me. You're making me look good. This is, the point of it is for everybody to understand and experience the love and the commonality and the connection that we all have. Because I know when I die, you're going to look around at other people and like, Calvin knows that guy? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's the people I know are like that. And that's beautiful to me. And the only reason that I have connections and friendships like that is because there's this authenticity and this love that exists the same. However you know me, that exists in a slightly different way with the next person. So it's like, I want my funeral to be a showcase of love, fearlessness, appreciation, acceptance. Like, you guys better celebrate, man. You know what I mean? And the only thing I require is you guys share stories, tell life lessons, share what you've learned, share what you're appreciative of. It doesn't have to be about me. Just go get up and share something about yourself. I want this, when I die, I want it to be about you guys. I want you guys, whoever shows up at my funeral or whatever, I want you guys to experience and share. I don't care if the funeral takes a week. Everybody get up and share. If you don't know how to talk, then write something on paper. But even then, still get up and try to talk. And I want it to connect everybody. I want everybody to see that we are all the same. There's a common thread and a commonality between all humans. It doesn't matter if you're foreign, black, white, Asian, fucking Native American, Indian, Mediterranean, Persian, whatever the fuck, right? Just step up, share something. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be small. It doesn't have to be whatever. It could be about how you feel. Get up and share how you feel. It's not about me. And I'm really realizing that my life has nothing to do with me. It has to do with giving back. And that's something I keep considering, is like, how can I give back? How can I keep giving back? What can I do to give back? And I'm formulating a few different things, and I might use this podcast to do something special for the people that I love and care about. I'm still formulating it, like I said. I'm thinking of ways that I can go and give back to the community. And, you know, specifically the kids in the community. And adults who are afraid too. You guys can join in on it. So, like I said, I got a couple ideas, but I want, when I die, everybody to go share cool shit. It's so liberating to get up and speak and share. Public speaking, fear of public speaking is not real. It's just a fear of looking bad. And who gives a fuck what you look like at a funeral? Everybody's already crying. Everybody's got boogers. The whole thing. You know what I mean? So fuck it. Go up, share. That's all I ask, you know? Get up and share multiple times. That was one of my favorite things on my homie John John's funeral. Rest in peace, John O'Day. Was when at John John's funeral, it spanned over 2 or 3 days. And one of the biggest parts of it was everybody was going up and sharing memories and stories and life lessons and you know, just funny instances and moments. And like this just came to me right now. I remember during his funeral, one of the me and him went through kung fu school together. We were the only two kids to graduate out of the kids class and into the adults class. So me and John were the only ones in the adult class. We were some tough, badass motherfucking kids. Like, as far as kung fu goes, you were not touching us. Like we could do thousands of push-ups. Like, literally, we would do that. Thousands of sit-ups in one sitting. All of this is why I got some jacked up wrists now, actually, it's because of those push-ups. But I just remember how beautiful it was. There was some one time I was sharing, it was something as like, so I shared all these like deep stuff. And then at the same time, I shared a story about how one time we went to go play basketball and he wouldn't let us fucking leave until he made, I forget the exact numbers. I think it was like, he was like, I have to make 10 shots in a row from the free throw line. I have to make 5 shots in a row from the 3-point line. And I have to make like three shots in a row from half court. And I'm like, bro, like, what? And if he missed, he started over. I'm like, yeah, but like, dude, I'm all for staying for the long haul. And he just was so determined. He loved basketball so much, and he had such a drive and discipline that he held, like Kobe Bryant was one of his biggest inspirations, and he held himself to that Kobe standard, like, as a kid, dude. It was crazy. And I remember we were sitting there, I was like, bro, we're gonna get in trouble. We're gonna get home. He's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I gotta do this. I'm like, holy fuck, bro. Okay, so we're sitting there at fucking Sandberg Park shooting hoops. He's doing this until he gets it. And it took like maybe an hour or so. And I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, it's dark. Like, and I'm not the guy to be like, can we stop? Let's go home. Like, that's so not me. I'm the guy where everybody's like, dude, are you done yet? Like, can we go? Like, so for me to be like that to him was like, it just cracks me up, you know? So I shared that. I shared another story was like something as small as like, dude, I remember when we were kids sitting in his front yard playing with these RC, he had this sick ass RC truck, but it had no batteries and no remote. And it was just like, we were just playing with it with our hands, you know? And we're playing with all these cars and all this shit in his yard. And like, I remember we were just sitting there talking like, dude, I'm going to have a mansion and this and that. I'm going to have these cars and I'm going to have this and that. And like, I'm going to have this kind of truck and all this stuff. And it's like, we were just sitting there sharing our dreams as like, what were we, like 8-year-old kids or something like that. And, you know, it's just like the story's not that amazing, you know, but like the one about playing with the cars, but like I shared it. And for some reason, it just, how that resonated with other people was life-changing for other people because they were like, oh man, I had my own moment of this like that. And then it opens up this whole fucking chapter of life in your brain and in your mind and in your memory and your spirit and body that you're like, whoa, all of a sudden you go down and you like almost seemingly like teleport through your whole life and perspective just shifts. And then all of a sudden shit that used to hurt or be confusing or whatever now it makes a whole lot more sense just because I went up and shared about playing with RC cars and talking about what we want. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, dude.
So we learn the most through other people's sharing. I mean, on top, like I should say, in terms of like auditory learning, people can sit here and tell you information and it's not going to stick. Like if I read a book to you versus me telling you a real story, you're going to remember the story and the details of the story. And because it's going to make you feel certain ways, you're going to take on the emotion and the feeling and the passion or lack of passion or whatever that I'm putting into it. And it's going to be far more memorable than me just reading something, you know? So that's why when I die, I just want people to go up and share every little fucking memory you have, whatever. Tell stories, if you don't have any memories that where it's like, oh, like you just, you know, there's certain people, like I've been to funerals where it's like, you know, honestly, I didn't really know this guy, but like he used to come in and buy fucking whatever at my shop all the time. And he just vibed with me. It was cool. And I found out he passed. I just had to come pay my respect, you know, like I don't really have anything to share. But like I've seen those people go up and share and they told that story. And I'm like, wow. That's beautiful, man, because that just like reassures me and reconfirms who my friend was to me. And when he was out in public and doing whatever he was doing. You know what I'm saying? When he like that shows me the power of himself, that the guy who worked at the fucking head shop would show up to his funeral or some shit like that, you know? Or the liquor store, like whatever, you know, that's a big deal. And that's powerful. It's like, that's love, man. That's appreciation. When you show up and you do that, it's beautiful, you know? So I got to experience that at my homie Stan's funeral this last time. Rest in peace, Stan. I was just kind of blown away by that. Like, wow. So that's one thing is like, when I die, man, and for whatever funerals, I highly encourage you, jump the fuck up and share something. Don't make mine about some fucking, don't turn my shit Catholic. Don't turn my shit fucking weirdly religious. Man, let it be spiritual. Burn sage, Palo Santo, you know, be you. Don't wear a mask to my funeral. I don't give a fuck what the rules are at the time. Show up, smoke your weed. I don't give a fuck if it's next to my fucking grandma or my mom or my dad, whoever. Smoke your blunts. Celebrate. Nothing's off limits. Don't worry about respect, this or that. Be fucking real. Be you. Show up, because that's how I want to be remembered, is like, yo, all the people around Calvin were some real motherfuckers. And it doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from, what walk of life. Shit was real. You know what I'm saying? So as this podcast creeps up on a year, I'm like, dude, I just want to be one of the realest ones out. I want to be one of the realest ones in history. I want to be one of the realest ones in your headphones, in your ear. I want to be one of the realest ones on your timeline. And that's how I want my life to be remembered, you know? Anything on top of that is a bonus, dude. Like, as long as you know I kept it real with you, and you know I was honest with you, and you know I told you the truth, like, that's cool, man. If you got problems with me and you believe that I wasn't honest or whatever, that's fine too, because I know the truth. You know what I'm saying? So what I think of when people like say shit and they make shit up on you and whatever, I forgot who reminded me of this the other day, but they were like, dude, just remember, it's like the old saying, you know, it's classic. It's, you know, it could be corny, whatever, but it's like, hurt people. I'm like, fuck, man, you're right, dude. Like, people will only say hurtful shit because they're hurt themselves, you know? So let's just be real, man. Let's keep it authentic. Authenticity is the name of the game. This show is about authenticity. It's about self-understanding. It's about self-awareness. We're here to help educate, entertain, and make an impact. The show is free, completely free. I spend 4 hours of my week every week doing this. And even more because I'm thinking about it and I'm writing notes and I'm doing this and that throughout the week. I'm taking suggestions. I'm doing, you know, like whatever I can just to make sure that I just keep fucking going. Whatever you're doing, just keep fucking going. It doesn't matter. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Take a rest when you need to, but keep fucking going, you know? So as we hit a year on the 25th, let's celebrate. Let's do what we got to do. Let's be appreciative. And I'm going to be thinking of more ways to give back and be a contribution with this show even further. This show is spreading around pretty well now. I'm really proud of it. And I'm so grateful for the people who tune in and share and do everything to make this possible, man. I got so much love for all my new friends and brothers and sisters in the 75 Hard community. They're some of the greatest fucking humans I've ever met, even if it's online. The conversations, the energy, the love, holy fuck, the support. So all my 75 Hard brothers and sisters, I fucking love you guys so much, dude. It's so much that you guys do just fucking does it for me and helps me so much. So, like I said, whatever you got to say, share it, do it, keep it real, keep it authentic, show love, share love, be love. And, you know, we got to be the change that we want to see. So, yeah. So keep it cracking from the acting to the jacking, G'd up, C'd up, motherfucker, pleasure weed ups. So, yeah. I'll catch you guys on season 2, episode 7 on our next episode. Hope you guys have a beautiful day, beautiful evening, beautiful morning, beautiful nighttime. Whenever the fuck you listen to this, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Do the right thing no matter who the fuck is looking or not. People are always watching. Just keep going. Even if they don't ever say anything, people are watching. People are listening. It doesn't fucking matter. Just keep fucking going. Just keep going. On that note, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Much love, guys. Peace.
90 miles push away, and I wanna be here for days. And we serve like 38. Now the sun touches your face, not the beach, not the blue. And the last one to be us too. And it's good, it'll be me and you.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude.